What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, if it wasn't obvious from yesterday's, today we are going to be training the new Cinderella Gray Oguri Cap for the first time. I haven't trained her yet, but I did I did train a few leaders yesterday, so I managed to get at least, I think, two parents. I think two. Not too sure. But for today's setup, we are going to run 2 speed. I thought we'd go 2 speed since her growth rate for speed is lower. That and obviously the cap for speed is higher. So, and plus she has 14% on guts. So I'm gonna take my chances and just leave one over here with stay gold, and then using 2 speed, like I said, with Duramente and Almond Eye, using the Hoshina friend card, Measure Ramino Wise card, and also Tamamo Power card. And that is pretty much it for the setup. But before we do jump into the training and going over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. Down below, there is a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined the circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you get done a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, let us get started with training. And I think if whatever I just saw Cap do, I liked it. But anyways, what I was gonna say was all the trainings this week. What the heck? Sorry, I just saw that one of the Daichi Ruby video got a copyright claim, which I'm curious about because, well, it doesn't do anything. It's just their, I guess, basically just letting them know that I'm using their song, but I don't know which one that is. I don't know which song they're, or which part of the video. I was, is that the beginning? It is, it is the beginning. Literally the first song in the video. Okay. I guess I'll probably change that for all future videos or starting with this video. That was weird. That was weird. I wonder if there's any more because I haven't seen one in a long time. So, that's interesting. Did I get any in the past 2 weeks or so? No, doesn't look like it. That is weird. And the videos after Daichi Ruby, I didn't do any changes with the songs. They're all pretty much the same. So it's kind of weird to see that they didn't get, I guess, claimed. Not claimed, but whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever. But as I was saying, every training this week has been new. A new Uma that I haven't trained before. Daichi Ruby, North Flight, uh, Tiara, Minecraft, Chocobon, because even though she's an older character or an old character, um, she was still someone that I wanted, but I never did end up getting her randomly or, yeah, just randomly. So now I have her. Finally got the trainer, and then now we are training the most recent Oguri Cap. Hold on, I need to see what the options are, because I don't know the options. Well, I see it, but I don't know what the skills do. Maybe I do. I just... Oh, okay. This skill is with Gentle Donna, and then the other one. I see. I'll go with the top option. All right. Hopefully things go just fine with this training. Even if it won't be like, I just want it to at least be probably the best training if I can. Or if I were to, well, not were to, if when I do runs off camera, maybe I can get a better one if I don't get it in this video. Well, obviously I'm gonna try more. This is my first training, so there's no point in me just saying, oh, this one or nah. That'd be weird. That'd be weird. We need a rest though, unless should be the dates. Do have that. We are 77. I don't want to push 26, but 42, then we use it. Yeah, sure. Maybe. But let me load up the comments as we're getting, just so I can see. How many am I dealing with today's video? I think it'll be fine to go over around the same time as yesterday. No, the other day. Because yesterday was totally different. And then if we use this, it should push it to... No, I guess after the training. Okay. There we go. On to the debut. Wait, let me double check here. Then now heading into the debut race, we should be fine, honestly. Honestly, I think we should be fine. Because, I mean, for the most part, training shouldn't be... It's just more towards how your stats are at the end. If you lose a race, like the only race I see myself pretty much losing is for some odd reason is still the Chronogenesis. One of the Chronogenesis races. I think it was the... Hakusho? No. Was it? Whatever the first TR race is, I may have gotten that name of the race wrong. I may have gotten the name of the race wrong. If not, then yay me. Yay me. Oh, what happened here? The heck? Why did the tab get deleted? Let's not have that happen. Over here, there. Let's recover some, because at least we'll get, you know. But I think, if anything, I'll just start going to the comments now, because I don't know if I'll end up. Doesn't look too bad, if I'm going to be honest, but as in, like, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So I think I shall start with going over the comments from Rick. Yeah, all the comments are just from Rick and Nova. So the first one from Rick. Do we have any? Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. The first comment from Rick says, I got to pity get her, but I got like 7 new Umas. The only salt that I have is that Nova did pull and got a random gentle Donna that he already had, and I did want Donna, but it is what it is. Hopefully I can get her randomly soon on a monthly ticket or something. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, but I believe it was also Nova who said that he didn't think Gentle Donna was in the normal pool. Even though, from my understanding, most of the Umas should have been in the normal pool after their release. So I don't know if it's because it's just I guess, a big banner, but I'm gonna just assume because she's just always been in the normal pool the whole time. And is probably why we don't get as much reruns as we expected. But that's just my assumption. I could be wrong. Nova says, if I recall, this is my second time getting a Donna dupe. Is that considered rare or lucky to get her? I swear, Nova, you're the one who said that we couldn't get Donna in a randomly getting spooked by her. I swear you were the one, Nova. And you got her twice? Rick says, good for you, I'm jelly. Then Nova says, if I could share a Donna copy, I would. And then Rick says, thanks, Nova, that means a lot. Hopefully I get her randomly sooner than later. If not, I will just have to wait for Global. Well, let's hope you don't have to wait for Global. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on Yuyoi because sometimes I do forget to pay attention to see if my bond is good with her. I think I'm more worried about speed for some reason, so I think I might go with the speed on this one. Next comment from Rick says, I did a run with the new Oguri and I will use her for the upcoming CM. I got a UA1 on my first run with her. Also, I spent the first time, the sorry. The Uma statues and got her to 5-star. She is my first 5-star Uma, and I did spend like 2k statues to get her to 5-star, but it was worth it. I mean, if I had 2k statues, maybe. But I don't. So 4 stars normally how it is. I wouldn't mind if I could bring her to 5-star, honestly. I think. yeah, I don't think I wouldn't mind because she definitely will be good for a bit, at least in my opinion, just by seeing that she has both mile and long distance. Heck, I mean, you can also use her for medium if you wanted to, but it doesn't work with her kit, I would say, or her skills and all that, because all her skills revolve basically pretty much around mile or long distance, right? I just literally went over her skills and stuff yesterday, but from my understanding, that was the case. It was sure there was probably some normal leader skills, but a lot of the others were just like it'll benefit long distance or it'll benefit long mile distance. So yeah. Uh, but yeah, if you got her to 5 star, better be training her a lot then. Uh 53. I can't really 58. I can't really pass up on that. I think I'll just try and do the hopeful stakes. Not try, but I think I'll do the hopeful stakes and see where that leads me. Basically, next turn is race no matter what. And then the last comment from Rick says, I hope Cinderella Grey sets a new standard that all future Uma seasons will be slow cooked with proper time to tell a story. Okay, so I don't know what happened with the audio. I did see that it wasn't picking up, but I didn't do any changes mid-video, obviously. So if there is a weird um silence from me, but you could see in the video that I'm probably talking, eh, well then, something happened, but it's cool. It's whatever. It's whatever. I think the comment I was on was from Rick. I hope Cinderella Grace sets a new standard that all future Uma seasons will be slow cooked with proper time to tell the story. Cinderella Grey is my favorite Uma adaptation. If it's out of all the seasons, I could honestly see why. Uh, I could honestly see why without needing to watch it. One reason would be because I guess it's a good thing I went over comments early because of what just happened. Because I did notice that the mic wouldn't pick up, so now I'm a little bit more wary. But I'm not surprised if Cinderella Grey does become one's favorite Uma adaptation, because it had a manga following. That's probably pretty much my reasoning. And I could say the same thing for Star Blossom. Probably has a most likely a manga following as well. And if they do decide to make that into an anime, then there it is. It'll probably maybe be as popular, or probably at maybe a little bit more popular than the first three, only because I feel like the first three had potential to do good or better if they had maybe, for example, we always said season three, if they had maybe done another season for it to tell more of the story. But other than that, I mean, seasons 1 to 3, there wasn't really anything to go off on prior to them releasing. Maybe yeah, prior to them releasing, like we didn't know what the story was gonna be going into season 2. If you guys remember how season 1 ended, it was basically in the future, right? Not basically, it was in the future and all that, and then they had already mentioned Teo doing her stuff, like her races, her career. But the next season was Teo's season, or yeah, Teo's season about her career and all that, along with the Queen, obviously. Well, a sprinkle of Biwa and Mihono Bourbon and Rice Shower. It's the same. I think I still worry about speed. And then the end of season 2. I guess season 2, excuse me, he kind of gave us an idea with the whole Kita and Daya thing. They're like, oh, will we continue off from them? Questions, I guess. And then the next season became Kita and Daya. They never really did give us a hint on how they're going to continue those 3 seasons specifically, by the way they ended. Because season 2 ended off with just McQueen and Teo racing in the practice field. And then season 3 was like in the classroom. So totally understandable if out of all the Uma Musume things that's been released as an anime or movie, whatever, that's I wouldn't be surprised if Cinderella Grey was up on top. Will I get the? Yes, I did. I haven't done that in a long time and I ended up getting it. You will recover first. Yep. That is definitely something I'm used to with Cap. Surprisingly, in the desert island scenario, that didn't really happen at all. But Nova responded saying, "Remake season 3 now. Justice for Daya." Eh, I don't think they will remake it. Sorry, Nova. Oh, why does it keep bouncing me down? Rick responded saying, "I would love a remake, but I think poor Sped got the shortest end of the stick. I think 50% win rate Sped deserve way better. If they decide to do remakes, I would hope they start with Special Week." I don't know what they did wrong with Special Week, so I'm gonna be honest. I would like. I don't think her season was bad. It was just shared with like Suzuka. Nova says, "What is this spell you are referring to? Isn't season 1 just Suzuka?" Well, someone definitely forgot about season 1. If they literally just said it's Suzuka, literally within the first 10 seconds, not even the first 10 seconds, literally the first minutes, it starts off with Suzuka. I mean, Special Week. The anime literally opens up with Special Week on the train going to Tracen, or tries to go to Tracen. Not only that, it mainly revolved around Special Week with Suzuka playing the co-main role, kind of like Teo with McQueen playing the co-main role, or Daya. So I'm confused on why you only thought it was about Suzuka, because especially after a certain episode, she wasn't as active. Yes, she was there, but she wasn't as active. I know it's been a long time, but that's like kind of a big thing to kind of just forget. All right, Nova. You've taken forgetting things, I guess, maybe to a slightly upper level, if you forgot that. But thank you, Rick, for the comments. Appreciate as always, and Nova for replying. And seeing where we are in the training, let's start going with Nova's comments, because those are the remaining comments. So the first one, let's make sure this is in order before it's okay. Well, I guess it's already in order. Did I not like that one? I thought I did. The first comment says, "Whoop shoo shoo, I went to pity." So I'm officially the unlucky mustard. 100 tickets spent, so I would consider that half price for Oguri. It's not a steep price to pay, but yeah, it is what it is. For some reason, I don't feel bad about going to pity. This cap will prove useful for 1 or 2 upcoming CMs. I think you don't feel bad for pity because you still have a lot saved up. That would be my assumption. Should I do this to bring it up to? Yeah, I probably should do this to bring this up. For some odd reason, I'm assuming a lot of people went to pity. So because I feel like maybe side games, I don't know. But I don't I don't know why you going to pity this time around doesn't feel right or like good or right. It's just like, oh, he reached pity this time. Whoa. Maybe because it was for a character that you only considered for keeping as a collection, but also just using it for themes. Maybe because it was for a character that you necessarily don't really care for too much, which makes this not really as enjoyable. So I'm sorry, Nova. Although I'll still say you're not the unlucky mustard. Because I can see you probably bouncing back from it. See how these turns go, but because unless it becomes as bad as like or as often as any of us, I won't take this one and be like, oh, like yeah, maybe he's finally back down to normal. For now, you're just kind of like on assessment. We're kind of just I'm just seeing if this is gonna be just for now or will you continue doing however you do your pulls and later on. Never know. Never know. I also use a bit of statues to use on OG Vivlos, making her a 5-star. Now I'm going to work on swimsuit Vivlos. I did get several new Umas. Notable mention is the new Marvelous alt release a few months ago. Now that is an Uma I would have exchanged with Selector. This banner lasts until January or early January, which means that the New Year's banner comes immediately after. This might be a bait banner, but I'm ready to throw my rocks in. There's still that off chance because they normally release New Year's banners towards the end because of the story event and all that for New Year's. And if you remember last year, we got New Year's banners midway through December, right before New Year's and after New Year's. So who are they to? What if Cygames decides to release 3 or 4 again for New Year's? Would they? I don't know. Would they? I don't know. Did I? Rick responded saying, "At least you have a lot of rock save, and I'm also close to the amount of rock save." And then Nova says, "At the end of the day, you might pull 1 of 5 Umas per year, but I'm pulling like at least 10 meta cards per year to MLB. It's never enough." Well, with the amount of cards that gets released and all that, yeah. I'm not gonna do the Osaka High because of the training. I'll just pick a different race later on. Not the 6 ticket Shushu. Oh yes, the 6 tickets got used. Yep, Shushu tried to slam some of that Yujin Vu in there to help. Sometimes it just happens. Thought that was Transcend, but a Cheval? Probably will be used at a long distance. Probably. I saw the blue shoes and I'm like, yeah, Oguri's not there. Definitely was not there. Not even until the end. Not even until the end. do I want to do here? I think I still have 2 dates. Yeah, I still do have 2 dates. Oh well. Guts is low. This was my slight worry with Guts, even though it has 14%, which is why I normally always run 2 Guts over 2 speed. But continuing on. Man, this is like watching a man trying to squeeze some juice out of a dry lemon. Well, we're all in the pity gang, Shushu. Which is why you being in pity doesn't really, I guess, would you say, hit the same? It just doesn't feel as enjoyable, because if everyone's in it, then it's not as fun. If you were the only one, that would be a different story. I think a few people might agree. I think a few people might agree. You know what? Let's just do the Tenno show. At least you got the cap. Well, this means a hard skip for the New Year's, definitely. Yep, just a free pulls and that's it. For the Annie, you might have to consider raising your arena rank for those extra rocks. This isn't even a suggestion at this point. Well, if I can only do as good or better than what I did in Deserted, then sure. Have you seen my ranks? They've been lower than in most of the ones I've trained in Deserted. So even if it isn't a suggestion, or even if you are suggesting it, how am I supposed to do it if they're not even higher ranks? I believe it's a fair point, right, Nova? I think it's a fair point. I haven't reached a UA single time. Highest was a UB9 in Deserted, and I haven't hit that at all. So, yeah, can't really take your suggestion or recommendation or whatever if I can't do it. This is like the Guts catch up game right now. I still need to do one more race too, which I'll probably try and squeeze it with the Takarazu Kinen. If not, it will be the Yasuden or Yasuda Kinen. Is it? Yeah, I know I need one more, but am I really gonna pass up on this catch up I need for Guts? Just like the first year, gonna have to do this no matter what, so it's fine. Yep. Not even gonna take a look. I am just gonna go straight to the race and do it. But continue on with the remaining comments. Yep, 40 tickets. Now I'm capping. I'm just gonna say that 100 UMA tickets does mean 50% discount, even if I did go to pity. Another reason why it doesn't feel like it hit as hard as much, because you didn't really take too much of a hit at the same time. Oh, 99. I did not expect to hit 99 or this low of a energy. Lene, or the girl with the bubblegum, seems to be interesting. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I'm sure that there will be another shorekeeper coming in the next version. Please do. I need to retire Verena ASAP. Funny enough, I don't think I've used Verena in a while. Funny enough, I really don't think I've used Verena in a while. She's only been the option if I really needed to, but from what I remember from the towers and all that, and the Whimpering Ways, I don't think I've used Verena in like a few months. Couple months? From what it seems like. Dark Souls games require just trial and error and a lot of time for me. There it is again. Time. That goes for all of us. Let's do this because we need some stamina, obviously. I could spend 30 minutes in Wuwa trying to mold over TOA, but 3 hours for a single boss in a Souls game. Yeah, no thanks. I think for you, it's a little bit more understanding as well because yeah, I did say you lost in the tutorial boss. So I guess it is what it is, right? Yeah, I'm gonna try and squeeze in this last date and maybe. Maybe. To be fair, I think XYZs or XYZs, that's how we normally say it, have been the most fun way to summon monsters for me. I did like synchro summoning, but it's kind of lame with finding tuner monsters. If we have to say which anime season was the best for Yu-Gi-Oh, then I'd nominate 5Ds. I didn't vibe with the motorcycle dueling at first, but the plot and characters overall made me invested in that season more than anything else. GX got really good during the last arc. OG Yu-Gi-Oh is always epic. The worst season is probably Arc V, such a great potential ruined by poor writing. So for me, I didn't see Arc V. I stopped at 5Ds. So if I was just gonna rank those three, it'd be OG, 5Ds, and GX. It's funny because I did like GX for all that. It's funny because I run my main deck is Elemental Hero, but I still have like a Dark Magician deck, a Blue Wise deck. I still got those. I still got those. So yeah, I'll go OG 5Ds, then GX. I don't think I have ever pulled on the same banner as Noki and Uma. Wait, he did pull on Still in Love even though he said he wasn't going to. I still don't understand why he did. Kind of sounds weird to me that you haven't pulled the same banner as Noki in the past. I would say like 2.5 years. Because technically when Noki started, well, he wasn't commenting yet, but I'm pretty sure y'all at least pulled at the same banners at least a couple times. I don't think there's no way y'all haven't outside of Still in Love. Although I don't remember why he still pulled for Still in Love. Even though he said he wasn't going to. I don't remember the reason. But I know he did say the reason, I think. Well, we'll see if he'll repeat the reason. And then lastly, oh god, this is on my video feeds, but there's a video called Wuwa needs Stygian Onslaught, and I'm like, WTF. Yeah, what was it? Whimpering Waste, TOA. I mean, technically, technically, what am I trying to say? Um, Hold on. I'm trying to sort the comments because there are new comments. They could add something like Stygian Onslaught. I think they can, because really it's just another just 3 set of bosses with just all they have to do is have a set or not set difficulty, have different difficulties pretty much. Essentially, I could compare Stygian Onslaught to Deadly Assault, maybe, because you don't need to do the hardest difficulties, kind of like how you don't need to do all 9 stars if you don't want to get the extra rewards for getting that extra 3 stars. So if you're just there for like the polychromes, or I guess in Genshin's case the primos, you don't have to do the hardest difficulty. So if it's just another game mode, then sure, I guess. Sure, I guess, but let's try to make it a little different. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. And we do have a late addition to the comments. It is from Eugen. The first one says, my turbo is so unfortunate, but so hoping as long as the costume is worth it. Not so plain. We'll just be waiting to see if when Turbo's costume comes out. And then the banner pull session for today. Pain, but still congrats getting some new Umas and getting Cap. Have you heard Rick's pull story? It was a glorious battle, but after Nova comes into play, it became a saying, winning the battle but losing a war. But didn't we all go to pity? Or is it because, I don't know. I haven't heard of it, so I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on, but other than that, thank you, Eugen, Nova, and Rick for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And that's it. Let us finish the rest of the run now. Also, yeah, I feel like I could have been done with the comments a little bit earlier if I didn't notice the whole thing. Like, I was taking peeks at OBS and it was working perfectly fine, so it just so happened to happen at that part. At least I still responded to the comment after, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But I think over the weekend I'll try and work on leaders at the same, or leaders and runners. So we'll see how it goes. There's no way I can get Wise to 1200 now. There's no way. There is a way. It needs like 100. No, not even 100. More than 100. Because we need to reach around 1100s, but that ain't gonna happen. Look how low it is. That leaves one more race. I think for the most part, I'll probably shuffle between 2 speed or 2 guts just to see which one actually does better for me. And maybe the next time we train her for a video, maybe one more time before the CM, so maybe next week, probably Friday again. I still want to try the others again. And maybe another time right before the CM starts, we'll do it. But for now, a lot of the runs I'll be doing will probably be, you know, maybe I'll try and bring this Cap. So I'll just be focusing a lot of my training on her. Maybe. Yeah, Wise definitely nearly made it towards the end. We were off by over 100, but still pretty close if we at least had gotten a few turns out of it. Another like 2-3 turns maybe. No. Probably like 3 to 5, if anything. But if I can at least maybe... Oh yeah. Maybe can get this cap to be used as a parent, then maybe I can just cycle her around. But we'll see. We'll see. There are a lot of skills though, but... But let me just pick out these skills. And let's see how... Oh, I'm going to expect it to be like a mid UC at the very least. At the very least. Yeah, I'm just going to grab all these. All right. Did we get... Yeah, we did get an S aptitude in Mile. And we are just going to do this and that. UC 7. A little bit better than what I said. A little bit better than what I said. But that's okay. Yeah, I might try 2 guts, to be honest. I feel like 2 guts will do better for me. It has normally been doing better for me. Go with that one. And yeah, we were 105 short from 1200. Guts could have been better. So I'm definitely gonna try this with 2 guts. But we ended off with 1912 speed, 867 stamina, 1698 power, 1487 guts, and 1095 on Wise. And then a mile aptitude got to S. So, with that being said, guys, obviously it'll be number 1 is my first training. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are up to for the weekend. Let me know how you guys are doing with your prep for the CM. If you guys didn't, maybe plans have changed if you guys pulled for cap. I don't know. But if there's anything interesting or anything you want to talk about, I'll just leave it down in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shoo Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.